my name's Kaitlin. I'm a CPA. Are you looking to lease? Are you looking to lease a vehicle? My name's Kaitlin. I'm a CPA, and we maybe watch this first. So what does it mean to lease a car? Well, the idea is that you pay for the amount of the car that you actually use up. So this is a little like renting the car. In the agreement, there will be a stated purchase price, which means that's the amount that you can pay the dealership at the very end to buy the car. Otherwise, you give the car back and you're free and clear. Maybe not so clear. On the day the lease agreement's signed, you're gonna owe a few things. First thing, the first month's payment. Second thing, a security deposit. Third thing, an acquisition fee. And maybe fourth thing, down payment. Although we're gonna talk a little bit about down payments later, that could be a thing that you're required to pay. Apart from those upfront costs, there are some other costs embedded in a lease agreement that you really need to know about before you sign. First is interest. The leasing agreement is the highest cost of borrowing, hands down, no exceptions. It seems like a better deal because the payments are lower, but the embedded interest is so much higher. Like you're gonna end up paying usually like $100 a month more in interest than you would if you were to finance. Another cost to be aware of is a kilometer charge. There is a limit as to how many kilometers that you can drive during the term of your lease. If you go over that amount, then you're gonna owe per kilometer when you give the car back. A mistake that a lot of people make is they underestimate how many kilometers that they drive in a year. So if you know for sure that you're gonna go over your kilometer limit, you can definitely negotiate a higher limit. However, your payments are going to reflect that. When you lease a vehicle, you're also required to repair and maintain the vehicle to a certain specification. If you lease a vehicle for longer than about 3 years, then those repairs and maintenance start to include things like brakes and tires, which make this agreement less favorable. If you return the vehicle and it is not maintained to the exact specifications in the contract, the dealership will charge you the market price for the repairs of the vehicle. That could be very expensive. They're okay with regular wear and tear, but anything else, you can avoid the kilometer charge and the repair charge if you buy the vehicle from the dealership instead of returning it. But if you do that, then you will have paid out substantially more interest in the time that you leased it than if you'd have bought the car from the dealership in the first place. Something to be aware of in terms of payments is you will have the standard lease payments that are either monthly or bi-weekly, but you also might have payments that are due periodically throughout the lease agreement that are unrelated to these two. So now you've signed your contract and you're a couple months in, you're like, cool, I got this, I'm not gonna drive over my kilometers and I'm gonna maintain it, and then you're in a car accident and it's wrecked, or somebody steals it and it's gone. Blah! Luckily, you have insurance. Yay! Woo! You don't have to pay. If the insurance paid out is less than the amount that you owe on the entire term of the lease agreement, then you're going to end up paying the difference between those two. You can get a thing called gap insurance for literally the gap. Or ideally, you can negotiate that into the contract with the dealership in the beginning. If you've made a down payment on the car and the car gets wrecked or stolen in the first couple of months, the dealership is not going to refund you that amount of money. The insurance company will pay out the dealer for the amount of the car, but you will get nothing. And that means you're just out that amount of money. If you have to put down a down payment, make sure it is no more than $2,000. Any more than that, and it's too big of a risk. Be sweet if I could play my hands like a kazoo. Having said all that, sometimes leasing makes sense. If you want to drive a brand new car every couple of years, if you're not sure what kind of car you want, so you want to try a few of them, if you do not want to customize your car, if you don't drive it very often and you maintain it really well, if you can definitely commit to the entire term of the lease. Generally speaking though, I recommend buying the car. The best way to do that is to purchase a car with cash that's about 2 or 3 years old. Now, I know we can't all pay cash for a car, so the second best option is to get a loan for a super low interest rate. Like sometimes you can get 0%. Also, get a loan for a long term. I know that sounds counterintuitive to get a loan for 7 years when you could do 5, but the payments are going to be a lot lower, and you can make principal payments on the loan at any time. Be careful though, you still need to make your monthly payments. If you paid $1,000 in principal payments one month, you would still need to make your $300 payment or whatever it is during the month. One more thing for those of you with a corporation. If you're going to buy a new car and you're not sure whether the corporation should buy it or you as an individual should buy it, you need to ask yourself, am I going to drive this 100% for business? And you need to be able to prove that, not just, yeah, totally. If you use the company car to drive personally, then there's a thing called a standby charge in which you have to take the value of that into your income and pay tax on it. It's a taxable benefit from the company. An alternative is to buy the car personally and charge the company for the amount of kilometers that you're driving with that car. So keep a little logbook in your car, write down the number of kilometers that you're driving for business every year, and you can charge the company 54 cents per kilometer up to the first 5,000 and 48 cents per kilometer for everything after that. Yay! If you know someone that needs to see this video, please share it with them. If you have an idea for a future video, please get a hold of me. You can comment below, you can send me a Facebook message, or you can send me an email, Kaitlin@kirkcpa.ca. Bye!